Hey guys, welcome back to our journey. Today we're going to talk a little bit about dreams and why they're so important. So dreams are our unconscious trying to talk to us. This is why it's so important for us to analyze our dreams in order for us to self-discover a little more, right? Because our unconscious tells a lot about us and what we're trying to hide from our consciousness, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about what some things that happen in dreams mean, and also a little bit about lucid dreaming and my experiences with it, and a little bit about sleep paralysis and my experience with it, and sleepwalking, which I don't have experience with it, but we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Because I feel like that is very important for our life, to analyze our dreams in order for us to understand who we are as a person and what our conscious is trying to hide from us. So first thing is first is that we spend 1/3 of our lives asleep. That is a lot. So that's why it is very important for us to analyze our dreams and what we do when we're sleeping, right? Because 1/3 is a big chunk of our lives. So I'm gonna say a few things that we often dream about and what they mean. The first one is falling. So when you're falling in your dream, it can symbolize losing control or fear of failure in your real life, right? When you're awake. Another one is being chased. It means pursued by a problem, stress, or person. So it often symbolizes with anxiety. Naked in public, it symbolizes vulnerability, feeling exposed, or fear of judgment. Then the next one is flying. It symbolizes freedom, liberation, or achieving a goal. The next one is swimming. Swimming means navigating through emotions or challenges in life. Remember, all of these are things like if you're flying or being chased in your dream, what it symbolizes in your real life, right? Because it's your unconscious trying to tell you something about your consciousness. Like, not consciousness, it's your unconscious trying to tell you something about your life that your consciousness is trying to hide from you or not show you. The next one is being late, which means missing out opportunities or not managing time effectively. Teeth falling out, which a lot of people do have this one, is anxiety about aging, loss of power, or insecurity about appearances. The next one is lost in a maze, feeling confused, lost, or uncertain about decisions. And the last one is exam anxiety, pressure to perform, or anxieties about upcoming challenges. So these are just a couple of things that might symbolize your unconscious trying to talk to you. There's many others that we can talk about throughout this channel. Another way of analyzing your dreams, it can be when you have reoccurring dreams. This happens to me a lot. I have this reoccurring dream. They're all different, but they're in usually the same location, just something different happening in this location. It is when I'm back in Brazil, because I'm from Brazil, and it's in my old apartment, but it's usually either someone else is living there already and I just walk in like if I'm living there, or my stuff is like half packed and but I'm still living in the apartment, or it's in the garage of the building, which that one is pretty weird. A lot of them also, another reoccurring dreams that I have is in my grandma's house back in Brazil. A lot of those there, because I did spend a lot of my time at my grandma's house. So I myself have to analyze what this is and why I keep having that, because I have no clue. But we can learn together, and we can share through this channel the journey of this aspect of my journey here is symbolizing why I have these recurring dreams, so I can let you guys know why I have it, and then maybe that will help some of you also identify why you're having some recurring dreams. Sometimes they can be the exact same dream over and over again, and that might symbolize something completely different. So the reason why I want to talk to you about dreams and why I got into analyzing dreams is because I suffer from something called sleep paralysis, which is when your body is asleep but your mind is awake. Many people experience this once in their lifetime, but I have it very often. It actually runs in my family. I have some other members in my family that also suffer from it. It is not for when it first that happens to you. It can be very scary because you are completely your conscious is definitely awake, but like your body is still sleeping, so you can't move. You can speak, you can't do anything, and oftentimes people will see and hear things that are not there as well. People can interpret this in many different ways. However, the way I interpret it, why that happens to me is a way in which I am connected to the other side of the world, if that makes sense. So like the underworld. So the spirits, right? So often why we can hear and see things is they're actually there, and you're vulnerable to that, right? Because you're in a state that you are able to like push through that fourth wall, because you're in that very sensitive state of body and mind, right? So once I started managing the sleep paralysis, so the first couple of times I wasn't able to manage it and like accept it. I was scared, like very scared, because it is very hard for you to wake up from it. It like drags you into that state for a long period of time, and it can feel like you're in there for hours, but you're actually just in there for like, it can last up to I think like 5 minutes, maybe less, but it feels like you're there for an eternity, right? So the more often that this happened to me, the more I was able to navigate through it and understand it and how to calm yourself, right? Because if you can calm yourself to not panic, the more you panic, the worse it gets, and to just navigate and accept what was going on and what is going on. And now I'm not afraid of it anymore. And when it happens and I see things, because a lot of people can see like demons or bad things, a lot of people can see good things as well. I see both. So that's why I think it's could be something from your unconscious trying to tell you something, but it could also be a way for you to communicate with the other side, which I do believe that in my heart. So once I started to analyze and control that, I got more into thinking, okay, so what else? Why do we dream, right? Like I started thinking, like, why does this happen to us? Like, what is my body trying to tell me? Or who is it trying to reach me, right? And then the more I started to analyze it and control it, I was able to, I don't remember even how I did it, but I was able to control myself in dreams. So I'm able to do, not often, but very, very in few occasions, I can lucid dream. And what is lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming is when you are awake in your dreams. Like you're not awake, fully awake. Like you're dreaming and you know you're dreaming. And a lot of people really want to do that, and I think it's really cool to do it. So there are a couple things that you can do to lucid dream. The first one is throughout the day, you ask yourself, am I dreaming? You ask yourself throughout the day so you can implant that into your consciousness, right? Because what your conscious know, your unconscious also know. But what your unconscious know, your conscience doesn't know. So that's one thing that you can do, is ask yourself throughout the day, am I dreaming? And then the more you do that, when you're dreaming, you're going to be able to ask yourself in your dream, am I dreaming? And then you're going to be like, yes, I am. Because you're going to distinguish reality and dreaming. If you ask yourself enough throughout the day, am I dreaming? You're going to know that you're going to be able to identify what is real and what is not. Another way that you can lucid dream or make yourself practice lucid dreaming is identifying things that are definitely not reality or objects. For instance, one way that I was able to lucid dream was when my grandparents, which they are deceased, appeared in my dreams. And I knew that they were deceased, so I was like, this is not possible. Like, you guys died. And then he was like, that is correct. And then I was like, oh, so I'm dreaming. And they were like, yes, you are. And then I think that was one of the major things of how I started lucid dreaming, was when I see something that I know it's impossible to happen because you're not there anymore, right? Or it's a dream state, so it's not real, right? But you have to, I think, practice your mind and like pinpoint things. So some people see like a red ball, or I don't know, a scenario that is completely impossible to happen in a waking moment, right? I know this one is a little hard, but maybe if you do have like somebody in your dream that is no longer in your life, maybe that is a way that you can identify. And that is, you have to practice yourself consciously when you're awake and say, okay, I don't have this person anymore. If they appear in my dreams, then that is it. And say that like throughout the day, right? And that way, when you go to sleep and you dream about this person, you're gonna be like, okay, this is impossible. I don't spend time with this person anymore, right? One last way that you can do for lucid dreaming is text or writing. So when you see something in your dream that is in writing, and then you look away for a second, come back, and it's something completely different, then you know you're dreaming. And the way that you can practice this in real life is you get something and you read it, and you look away, you come back, and it's still there, right? So you do this often enough throughout the day that once your consciousness picks that up, your unconscious will also know that, right? When you're sleeping and dreaming. So then you can manipulate your dreams because you practice, right, when you're conscious. So these are the three main things that you can do for lucid dreaming these are 3 ways that I read in this book that I have. I bought it on Amazon. It's called The Complete Book of Dreams. It has everything in here that you need to know about dreams. I bought this after I had a bunch of sleep paralysis and I wanted to learn more, and this is one of the ways, which is interesting because I didn't do these lucid dreaming techniques in order for me to lucid dream, but these are some things that it is scientifically proven that you can do in order for you to lucid dream. So one last thing that I wanted to talk about is sleepwalking and talking. I myself have only sleep talked not that often. However, I do have people in my family that does sleepwalk and talk, and it is a little more also scarier. So what is sleepwalking and talking? Sleepwalking is the opposite of sleep paralysis, right? So is when your mind is asleep but your body is awake and moving and doing things, right? Which is interesting. So you can have both the opposite, your mind being awake and your body being asleep, or your body being awake and your mind being asleep. So when you're sleepwalking and talking, I still think it's very important for you to analyze it. So film yourself, see what you're saying, see what you're doing, because that's still your unconscious trying to tell you something. Alright, so this is it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you ever experienced lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis, sleepwalking and talking. If you have weird dreams, or if you want to know more about dreams, I can do some more research and come here and tell you guys about it. If you want to know a little bit more about my cool, or not per se cool, but like interesting sleep paralysis that I've had and lucid dreaming that I have, I can do a whole video about that as well. So let me know if you want to do that with me. If you guys like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to continue on this journey with me, please subscribe to the channel and be welcome to this amazing community that we are building here. I will see you on Friday, and this is it for this video. Bye guys. Trying to talk.